Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things underneath through a common sense lens. And I have said it once, and I will say it again, and I will say it many times in the future. I am a fan of fans. I love fans. I think fans are great. I think they're one of the things that make like culture and IPs and like all fandom and all that kind of stuff the absolute best part. Their passion, their knowledge, their insight, their caring, their emotional attachment to it. It's just one of the most beautiful things out there. And fans are the ones that are willing to spend tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars on one of their favorite IPs out there. And even if it's just the hundreds of dollars or the couple of bucks you spend on your favorite keychain, right? Fans are the only reason things succeed and the only reason things they fail, right? It's the only reason IPs become both multi-billion-dollar franchises out there. They can just print money like nobody's business with merchandising and everything else. I mean, it's what kept Star Wars going forever, boys and girls, even though it had been decades since you'd actually seen a movie in the theaters. And that's one of the things that I love about fans. Fans keep something going. Fans can survive and resurrect things. And boys and girls, I am a Doctor Who fan. I would say I'm a bit of a Whovian like a lot of people out there. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, needless to say, Whovians are some of the most beautiful fans out there, and they are willing to go the extra mile to make sure that they can help restore and manage and maintain and make their fandom even better. And ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly the story I have for you right here. Because as you can see from Fandom Pulse, Doctor Who fan uses his life savings to restore lost episodes of the original show. Yes, boys and girls, this isn't BBC, this isn't Disney, this isn't any other major corporations out there. This is a fan who is spending his life savings and the last good times of his health in his life to make sure he gets to see the original, gets to see a version of the original show that has been lost to time before he passes away from his mortal coil. And if that is not something that deserves to be celebrated, promoted, and documented, boys and girls, I don't know what is. Fans are what make shows and IPs and fandoms the beautiful, wonderful places they are. Not a director, not a writer, not any kind of major studio out there. It doesn't matter who pays the bills for this kind of stuff. Fans are what decide whether things succeed and fail. Those writers, those directors, all of those story runners, and all those show tellers out there only give you the basis of something to believe. Fans are what make it last and what make it endure. And that's exactly what this fan is doing here. And that's something that we're going to talk about and document here in just a minute, boys and girls. But before we get into all of the juicy details of the struggles this individual has gone through their life to make sure that this is going to happen, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing. We just crossed 1,800. We are sailing our way towards 1,900, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Does this bring joy to your heart as much as it does mine to see something happen like this? Does it blow your mind out of the water out there that a fan would dedicate his life savings and the little bit of time left yet on this earth to make sure something like this happens? Or are you going to go out there and make sure you get to see this version when it comes out and when it gets released to the general public? Do you think the BBC will actually go out of their way to make sure something like this is solidified and put into a physical media format that we can all hold and enjoy forever? Or do you think, as usual, they're just going to completely and totally ignore the fans? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to become a member of this channel and support us and get your name at the end of the credits of every single one of our videos and every single one of our live streams, please check the links in the description down below. All right, from Fandom Pulse. While the current iteration of Doctor Who struggles with plummeting ratings and woke messaging under showrunner Russell T Davies, one dedicated fan is working to preserve the show's golden age through an extraordinary labor of love. Ian Levine, a 71-year-old music producer and lifelong Doctor Who enthusiast, has spent over $130,000 of his own money to recreate 97 lost episodes using AI technology. That is insane. 97 episodes, because we do our review of Doctor Who, When Who Was Good, on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time with Sunker Maiden and our dear sweet Mr. Grant Gregory. And it's one of them situations where we love this show, and we're going through New Who right now, and as soon as we're done with Capaldi's run, we want to go back and watch Classic Who. And that's one of the big problems, is there are massive gaps in the Classic Who catalog out there that are things that have been lost to time, that for some reason the BBC thought they could just throw away or burn or throw in the trash or some other kind of stuff out there. And we have lost so much of Doctor Who's history because of that. So it makes it really hard when we're reviewing the classic stuff to have continuity and things like this. But this restoration project, this is a beautiful thing, and it will help us fill in some of those gaps on Sunday nights when we get to Classic Who, which I personally cannot wait to get to, boys and girls. For those unfamiliar with Doctor Who's troubled archive history, the BBC made the short-sighted decision in the 1960s and early 1970s to purge their film archives after broadcast. Well, this stuff's nobody's ever going to want this in the future. Nobody's ever going to watch this again. This is just silly, stupid children's television. It's just a silly sci-fi show, resulting in the loss of 97 episodes from the show's first 6 seasons. This devastating policy wiped away significant portions of William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton's tenures as the first and second Doctors, leaving massive gaps in the show's early history. I've come very close to death 4 times, Levine told the New York Post, explaining his motivation. I thought, I don't want to die not having seen them, so I made it my mission to see them before I die. I made a lot of sacrifices to do this. Shout out, dude, because your blessing, your hard work will shine down upon all of the rest of the Doctor Who fans out there. This is glorious, and I, for one, as a Whovian, sir, thank you very much for spending all of your time and your effort to restore these to us so we can at least see them in some version. My hat's off to you, good sir. May your memory live forever. Levine, who is battling nasal cancer and has been confined to a wheelchair since suffering a stroke 11 years ago, has previously survived bladder cancer, sepsis, and a single sarcoidosis. Jesus, Lord in heaven. Job, anybody? Wow. Despite these health challenges, he has dedicated himself to restoring Doctor Who's lost legacy. The restoration project has cost Levine approximately £70,000, about $91,000 of his personal funds, with another $39,000 contributed by fellow fans through donations. The financial commitment demonstrates the passion that Classic Who continues to inspire, even as the current series alienates its core audience with declining quality and heavy-handed messaging. To complete this monumental task, Levine searched globally for designers capable of transforming production photos, notes, and surviving audio into moving images using AI technology. For every good one I found 20 scammers. Color of shock there. Anybody that's ever tried to create a comic book out there on the internet and got ghosted by an artist, yeah, I think y'all know what he's going through. Noting that he lost approximately £10,000 to fraudulent operators during the process. The contrast between Levine's dedication and the current state of Doctor Who couldn't be more stark. While Davies openly discusses a potential pause for the series following disastrous ratings, with episode 7 of the current season drawing in literally the worst ratings in Doctor Who history, going all the way back to the 60s. Levine's project represents the enduring love fans have for the show's classic era. What makes Levine's achievement particularly poignant is that these recreations episode will likely never be widely seen due to copyright issues with the BBC. This is purely a labor of love from a fan who wanted to experience the complete series before his time runs out. Please leak these to the internet. Please leak these to the internet. We will download them and watch them, I promise you. Doctor Who runs all night in my bedroom. Complete, nothing missing, Levine told the Post, expressing satisfaction with his completed project despite the significant personal cost. While the current iteration of Doctor Who continues to alienate viewers with what companions Varada Sute herself described as Dr. Woke storytelling, Levine's project remains this is a time when the show focused on adventure, imagination, and storytelling rather than political messaging, when science fiction was truly great. For longtime fans disheartened by the current direction of the series, Levine's dedication serves as a powerful reminder that Doctor Who's legacy transcends its current troubles. Amen to that. And just like Russell T. Davies says, after it being on a pause for a while, fans that grow up can actually write for it and bring it back. That is true. Fans will go to extraordinary lengths to preserve the magic that made the show a beloved institution for 6 decades. Maybe the BBC will get its act together and see that they're sitting on a gold mine, but we won't hold our breath as fans. And that's absolutely true. Trusting major corporations with these IPs has always been a major problem out there. And honestly, it's one of those things that I really do hope these Levine edits end up getting out there on the internet, if they're not already. And if any of you guys out there have found these or witnessed these or seen these, please let me know in the comment section down below. Don't post any links because we'll probably get you in trouble, but just tell me what what to look for, tell me what to search for, and I'd love to find these, because when we do our review on Sunday nights, I hate to have this massive gap, just completely and totally gone, completely and totally absent from any of the collections we can get. These stories need to be told. William Hartnell and the second iteration of the Doctor need to be respected. They need to be appreciated for all of the work that they did. And shout out and shame to the BBC, not only for giving us one of the greatest sci-fi television shows in history, arguably, but to also be so stupid that you thought it was just okay to erase all of this stuff and throw it away. And that just once again shows you how bad it is and how stupid mega corporations are. They never understand how good they've got, what they do, and they just go out there and destroy it, and they disregard it, thinking it's silly and it's ridiculous and it's never going to have any kind of legacy and it's just pointless and yada yada yada. And guess what? It's not really all that much different now in the modern era. They see these things as just money grabs. They see these things as we're just a bunch of stupid fans out there who we're just gonna, as long as there's a blue yellow box and they're traveling through time, we're going to show up and love every minute of it. No. That has never been the case. It has never been true in any way, shape, or form. Good storytelling is the only thing that makes fans passionate. And classic Doctor Who and a good portion of New Who prior to the most recent agenda-driven nonsense in the last few years has been about good storytelling. It has given us some of the best storytelling that we have seen in television history. You do not have a series that lasts 50 to 60 years continually being produced almost nonstop, except for those couple of decades. We know, we talk about the dark times. Anyway, it has gone on and had a legacy to come back and been revived and become passionate and successful globally, because at the core of Doctor Who, it is about good storytelling and characters that you can relate to. All the time travel stuff, all the flying through space, all the monsters, those are just window dressings. Those are just fun set things. Those are the very surface level things that entract Doctor Who fans into it and what gets them into it. But what keeps them is the good storytelling. And that's what modern Who has completely and totally lost. They think it's nothing more than surface level stuff. They think we're as narcissistic as they are and that we can't see past the tip of our own noses to relate to good quality stories. Well, guess what? There's one fan who, beyond a shadow of a doubt, absolutely appreciates good stories and is willing to put his money where his mouth is and his passion and his time. And that is Ian Levine. And Ian Levine, you are an absolute legend. And please, for the love in heaven, from one Whovian to another, please leak this online so the whole world can see your beautiful and wonderful work, and all of the fans out there can appreciate the joyous stories that were part of the early years of Doctor Who. So shout out to John Levine. You have done a wonderful job, and you have proven why fans are the only thing that keeps these kind of legacies and these kind of IPs going forward. You, sir, are an absolute legend, and Ian, I hope your name is remembered forever among Whovians worldwide, because this one certainly will not be forgetting you for all of the wonderful work you've done. Enjoy your remake, sir. You've gotten exactly what you deserve, and enjoy every second of it.